Hey folks, Mr. Justin here with Secret Weapon Miniatures and another Workbench Wednesday. First things first, let me thank you for tuning in today and joining me on the stream, whether you're watching live or you're catching it later. I really appreciate that you've come to, well, see what's going on and see what's on the Workbench today. Of course, if you're coming back, hey, it's great to have you back and see you again. Hopefully you'll chime in and say hello so we can give you a little shout out here. Of course, please remember also to do the bells and the whistles and the likes and the subscribes and all the things you need to do in order to keep up with what's happening at Secret Weapon Miniatures and Workbench Wednesday in particular. Let me get my keyboard out of here. I'm done with that thing. Thank goodness. No more of that. And let's get to the Workbench. Let's talk about what's on the table today. Boom! This is the Thunderbolt from Forge World that I was working on last time. Unfortunately, you can see that when I masked this time I got lazy and I figured, well, I'm holding it, this way. When I airbrush, it's not going to be a problem. But then I forgot and I came this way. I was like, oh, I've got to get these, so I'll airbrush this. And what happened is I got speckles on the wings, so I'm going to have to clean that up today, which is fine. You can tell the airbrush is already on. I've already thinned some Comet Red, and I'm going to cheat a little bit with some inks here to speed up the process on the wings. But I'm going to clean that up. But what I've done right now, the reason I masked and sprayed is I actually did the tail here in silver, specifically with the angle there and everything, and I'm going to add some yellow stripes to the wings. And the reason is I put out a request for ideas. Let me see if I can zoom out here, get you the whole kit. Oh, that's why. Yeah, you don't need to see past the end of the desk, so we'll just do this. Boom. Look at that. All right. There we go, just like professionals do it. But I was putting out ideas for what to put on the wings, and Lathan mentioned that it reminded him very much, the red reminded him very much of the Tuskegee airmen, whose planes were silver with red tails. And he suggested that I do this with a silver tail and the red body as kind of a tribute. I thought that was a fantastic idea. And I mentioned that it'd be great to get my hands on the pilot. Forge World had a walking pilot to actually do a little scene. I was going to do this as a maintenance scene anyway. But now it's going to include a black pilot, the appropriate markings to combine a Tuskegee Airman homage, and, well, the best of Imperial iconography and whatever decals I can dig up for the no step and that sort of thing. And Travis has joined again. Wow, Travis, hey, thanks. It's good to see you again, man. Hey, that chat box looks like it can change. I'll have to do some work on that at some point. Get that thing working for us. One thing at a time here, right? Hey, Sean, thank you for liking the stream. Much appreciated. Much love. All right, so let's see. Let's get started here. I have my airbrush. Did I remember to clean it out last time? I did not. Look, there's still red on it from last time. I'm a bad boy. Bad. Go ahead and open my soda. Jason has liked the stream. Thank you, Jason. Excellent juice. Excellent juice. All right. Super professional airbrush cleaning. And Jess Rich is joined on YouTube. Hello, Jess Rich. The incredible Jess Rich, the talented Jess Rich, the amazing Jess Rich. One of my favorite people and one of my favorite painters. All wrapped up into one neat little bundle. Noel is like the stream. That's awesome. Speaking of some of my favorite painters. All right, airbrush is ready to go. Using my Infinity, of course, before all the cool kids were getting paid to do it. 1 second, I need to ask a question. All right. Still doing other work in the background here. Stuff going on in my head. All right, so I've got, oh, that's the, ooh. No, okay, I did thin the Comet Red. But it looks like I've misplaced my bottle. It's weird. All right, well, I've misplaced my bottle of Comet Red, but that is what I'm working with. Yeah, it's actually great. Speaking of Noelle liking the stream and one of my favorite painters, I actually have a miniature here. It is one of Noelle's. Let's see here. Oh, my bag of extra paints. Can I get to it? Let's see, that one's from Roman the Pot. Absolutely in love with this one the moment I saw it. Let's see if the battery still works. If I can find the switch. Ah, there's the switch. Oh, the battery is dead, which is too bad. The staff and the tree light up where she is bringing winter behind her, and it is just fantastic. One of my favorite pieces. Oh, I just got a little tiny blink out of the light. That's fantastic. Let me get Roman's piece back in here where it belongs. Fall over. And of course, with Just Rich, we have an entire wall of the studio that is mostly Just Rich art. Yeah, it's great to be surrounded with some of my favorites. I've got Thomas Overby ahead of him in front of me. Yeah, here's a fun one. I was cleaning out boxes in the garage and found a door plaque from one of my last jobs. Well, last jobs. I have a job. One of my last office jobs. Alright, so I am cheating here with a bit of inks to speed this process along because I wasn't planning to do the red today, of course. I am... Oh wow, I just found out that that model was done for Iron Painter, and they beat Jess in that round. Oh, in fact, let's see, Sean commented. It's funny, I'm not getting all the comments here, folks. I see a comment from Sean and I see a comment from Noelle that have come through on my phone that aren't coming up here. So I apologize if I'm not catching your comments right away. Let me hit refresh and see what happens. And let me find business card here. I want that red, though, to stay. Well, I'll leave that. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to hit this whole area, frankly. And be as careful as I was thinking. That's a lot of silver. And that's okay to get this nice and dark again anyway, because I'm going to have the yellow. So it'll look really good if I have a nice dark outline for it. Much better. I'm just going to leather up those spots in the engine. Hey, look. Now here's some color modulation, drawing attention to the cockpit. Happy little trees. Happy accidents. Plus, I'm pretty okay with an airbrush, and I can, you know, spot clean up. And yeah, folks, it looks like for whatever reason the comments aren't working properly today. I'll have to dig into that too, because now I'm only seeing the comments originally from Travis, and I know that Jess has commented and Sean has commented. Oh, computers. You're really great until you're not. So I've got my phone not on D&D today. So I'll hopefully get a notification when comments come through on Facebook and YouTube, and I'll be able to respond to you there if I don't see it here. Or rather, I'll be able to respond to you here even if I don't see it here. Okay. Nice and red. Well, nice and white because it's going to be nice and red. There's two, a little more red this time. And let's see. Pull up a reference image here from my Tuskegee Airmen. Looks like I need the keyboard for a second. See, I know I get two yellow stripes, but I don't have the right image up. I went from this one, click through to that one. That's the one I want. That's a perfect image. Yay! That's what I want. Give me an image. Mine. All right. Perfect. So we're going to have 2 yellow stripes. It's one here. And it's one just inside of the flap. So a small one there and a small one. Looks like I'll line it up right where that is right there. So let me get my... All right, so if we're going to have it here. Now that's perfect. I've got the yellow stripe there. All right, so let me get my white cleaned out. I'm going to do this in the wrong order. Put my ISO through first. Also have it a bit close, so I'm just making a mess over here with my cup. Get back over here and see if comments are working again. I don't know. Got a late start today because I was... well, I spent a few days getting space in the garage ready to do some product development here from the house. School's going back in session, so the kid is, well, going to be here, and I'm going to be helping him full time. So I have to, make sure I'm set up here at the house to do some useful, productive work. And right now, that's product development on some of the new stuff we've been waiting to do. And Lindsay came by today, and we got so into the project, I lost track of time. So I'm like, oh no, it's 3:30. Yeah, what time are you supposed to start? Oh, 3. All right, so I'm going over that dark color, give it that red hint. Give her a nice wing red right there, boom. This is Comet Red. Of course. I love my Comet Red. I'll clean that out. I'm going to take a break from the airbrush for now. It's great, but it's noisy. You can watch the little microphone indicator going diggity 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 dig. All right. Phew. All right, so we've got our red back. Got to give that a minute to dry before I start in on the yellow. So what I'm going to do is set my airbrush cleaning stuff aside here. I'm going to come over to the mech line again, and I'm going to grab 2 paints this time. I am going to grab Neo White and Rebel Yellow again. Yum-a-dub-a-dub. Look at that. There we go. Oh, no. Yay. There we go. All right. Hit refresh on the chat, see if it's working again. So I'm getting any of those comments that I saw come through on Facebook there. Doesn't look like. All right. Well, that's fine. I'll keep running. I'll keep running. All right, so I always have a big mess of tape sitting around. This is from the other masking I did the other day for the tail here. So I am going to work on something else. That is not ready. So I am going to get this over here. Take that brush out of the water that's been in there for days. Grab a sock. I don't have a sock handy? Really? All these paintbrushes and no socks? Alright, let me grab a sock. My sock pile is empty. Well, that's why I don't have a sock. All my painting socks must be in the wash. I'm going to have to use a towel or something like some kind of monster. I don't even know. All right, well, I'll manage. Let's see, get some brushes. I'll take one of those. I'll take one of these. And I'll take one of those. All right, so I am going to grab the butt of a cup here. I am going to grab engine metal, of course. I am going to grab dark iron, of course. Now, let me pull up my reference photo. So I don't have this set up so I can share the screen and the thing yet, but what I get for running late. But let's see, I have the nose is going to be fun. I'll have to put some yellow stripes on the nose to match this. We're going to have some yellow on the tail as well here, but I love this. All right, so I've got the two yellow stripes here, and then right here, right as it comes in. Okay, and that's cool for that. But right now I'm looking at the engine, so this section is black on the Tuskegee, and I can do that. That's easily enough. I can do this section at least. This section, yeah, I'll do this. I'll do this in black. Keep this red. Then do the dags, I think, here. Yellow and red dags here on the side to match the Tuskegee. I think that'll be great. Ooh, I gotta check back. That's a like. Who is it? Konstantinos, thank you very much. Good to see you. Good to have you on the stream. Much appreciated. All right, but before I start worrying about stripes, the first thing I need to do, I'm going to go ahead and start filling in some of the other metallic areas. I'm just going to do that. Right, I keep wanting to. I don't have my towel. Feels weird to paint without a sock on my arm, man. I used to have a really nice, fancy blue towel with snaps and everything. It had little pockets. I met Jim Wapple, saw my towel that I'd been using for years, and was like, wow, that's cool, man. I used to have one of those. Check this out. Slaps a sock on his arm. I'm like, holy crap. Like, why would I ever buy another one of these? So I've just thinned some dark iron. This is from the weathering line. Ooh. Overage. The Comet Red is from the mech line. Now I'm not worried about getting it into the crevasses, but I am keeping it off of the rest of the red, of course. So it's a little thin. Also makes it a little easier for me to clean off. I'm going to add some engine metal over the top of this. A little too thin, so I'm going to add a little extra. Right. Turn around to the other side. Dark iron was the first of the paints to make me absolutely giddy when I saw the lid for the first time, because you shake up doing 1 gallon test batches for the first rounds, right, to try and get the color and the formulations right. Testing a new metallic pigment for this color for the first time. So you never really know, right? Like, all right, this should be right, you know. Color looks right on paper. Let's add the metallic flake and see if we've got that right. You put it into the shaker, you pull it out, you take the lid off, and oh my god, oh my god. I kept a picture of it on my phone for a long time, and I just bust out the picture and like, look at my paint. I made a paint. Couldn't have done it without Ann Forrester, of course. Man, amazing experience getting to work with Ann and develop some paints and keep going with it. It's been fantastic. And it seems people are enjoying the videos, because I'm told today when Lindsay came by to work on new product with me, like I said, I cleaned out about 100 square feet in the garage here at the house so that I could do product development stuff while my son is doing classes and still be here and still be useful. But Lindsay came by to help me with a project, and oh, actually, I don't know. That's where I'm going to do my yellow dags, or my yellow checks. I'm going to get all of this off of here as quickly as I can. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to surround the engines in yellow. This thing here is going to have the yellow stripes on it. That's what I'll do. Alright, so I don't need to make that metallic. I do need to make the back end of the engine metallic. Oh, and the front little thingamajiggers here. Some light. I'll make the little nubbins something else. Probably red and yellow as well. I realize I'm off camera with the paint, but yeah, just swirly, swirly. Not the exciting part. Alright, let's get a little water. Too much water. Let's get some more paint. I'm not sure if this is loaded brush or some other technique. But I have paint on a brush. Slide it under that armor panel because it's glued on there now, and I'm certainly not ripping it off to do this. The bottom is a hot mess because I haven't done anything to the bottom yet. What I'm actually going to wind up doing to the bottom is once I get the rest of this finished, with the exception of the tail, I'm going to paint the entire bottom white. Because then when it's in the air, it's just a fluffy little cloud. Don't shoot the fluffy cloud. It's going very fast with many missiles. All right, there we go. Boom. I'll do that. All right, let me get some other masking tape out here. I have, oh, it might be in the other room. I took it on our holiday, and it got pigment all over it, so I'm going to have to run into the room to grab my paint, or my tape, rather. Alright, I will put this on pause and run as fast as I can. I'll be right back, kids. And I'm back, thanks. Went and got some 3mm tape. And I've got some 10mm tape here. See, like I said, it got pigment on it, so I wasn't bringing it back in here until I got a chance to wipe it off in the kitchen. All right, so I've got my 3mm tape. Let me see what I'm going to do here with the wings. Let me pull up my reference again. We've got, all right, the stripes are equal and they're broad, so I'm going to hold on to the 3mm for now, actually. Let's see how I feel about 10mm on the wing as our stripes. Yeah, it'll be fine. Oop, don't fold it over, Justin. So this is temporary. What I like to do when I'm doing something like a stripe is find the width that I want and put that down where I want the stripe. Then I will tape around it and remove the stripe tape. That way I know it's straight, I know it's aligned, and I can start taking too wide. Just gonna get that out of here. Get some of the smaller stuff, that's fine. Looks like this will fit. Okay, so change plan. Pull the second stripe off. Put this one right up against that one. They have a nice flush fit there, no overlap. Get this one right up against that one. Boom, and that's my new layout. Take this off. And in this case, because I don't have anyone dictating exactly how far it needs to be, or I don't have an art spec or something like that, I can play around, adjust based on, you know, the tape that's available to me, frankly. So let's see. Camera, there we go. Slide, boom, I feel contact. Put it down. This tape. So it slides, get contact, boom, put it down. Okay. Now, get back on that big tape I got rid of. So I put that one, get a crisper edge, right up against this. Boom. I have my two stripe areas. It's this, oh, not that one. There we go. Masking, masking, masking. Oh my god, I feel like so much of model work for me is just masking. I feel like I'm always masking. Putting tape on, taking tape off. It always pays off, particularly if you do the work. It's easy to get tired of it and phone it in. It doesn't look straight to me. That one's not straight. All right. Fortunately, all these hard, really deep panel lines, well, not particularly realistic for a jet fighter, make it easy to keep a straight line. This is the Thunderbolt, and welcome, Reiko. Oh, and I've done some naval scale, or some tiny naval scale stuff when I was still doing IPMS events. I was actually working on a submarine project with one of our other club members, but our local IPMS was not a good fit for me. There we go. That looks a lot straighter. So I can lock these down. Lock that down. Lock that down. Like that, it's all locking down. Yay! Put this one over here on the end. Yay! 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 Oh, what I get excited by successfully masking something. Alright, so, like I said, now that I have my actual masking tape down where I want it, burnish that a bit, peel these off, boom, that's where I get my stripes. As usual, being me, I always hold on to my tape. Yay! Rico's liked the stream. We get comments and likes. I love it. Thank you so much. Alright, let me take a look at my plane again. And that yellow runs the entire length. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run yellow this entire section here. But I'm not going to airbrush this right now. That seems needlessly excessive. Spend the time to thin the paint for all of that. Instead, I'm going to use the old spongy technique here. I don't even need to do that, do I? Probably just... No, that's what I'm going to do. I'll start with some white. I'm just going to make a pile of the Neo White. Again, this is from our mech line. Yeah, this one is the Thunderbolt instead of the Lightning. I really want to do a Lightning. I wanted to do a crashed Lightning, in fact. Little inflatable rubber dinghy. That white, a little thick. Hey, that means the comments are working again. Awesome. All right, and I'm going to bring this yellow on around into other sections here, particularly on the engine cowls, and I'll find a few other spots to really help me capture the essence of the Tuskegee fighters. All right, put in that little bit of spung. Wipe up that excess paint. And now I'm going to take Rebel Yellow. I love this yellow. This is an incredibly vibrant yellow. I'm going to turn on the airbrush just for a minute, just use the air. I know that I don't have my blow dryer in here right now, so I'm not even going to bother looking. And I'm not going to bother going to the other room to get one. This'll do. Suboptimal, but it'll do, it'll do. And shout out to the folks on YouTube today. See you catching up with our Facebook crowd. Nice to see you there. Thank you for liking, subscribing, all the things you need to do to keep in touch. And of course, for those of you just tuning in, as always, thank you so much for tuning in and joining me here. It really means a lot. Oh yeah, look at that yellow. Look at that yellow. Oh my gosh, look at that horrible zoom. Let's fix this zoom. Or focus, rather. There we go, that looks better, I think. Can you read that? Let's see, can you read that? There we go, no. Valerian, thank you for the like. There we go. That's better. Much appreciated, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, this yellow is just super sharp. Super vibrant. The sponge is going to give it a different texture than the rest of the plane. Help it stand out a bit more like paint, like an addition. But I'm making sure that I fill it in thoroughly because I'm not trying to do this to get a chipped paint effect, which you can do, of course, with a sponge, and I've got some videos up for that. If anybody wants to see examples, we can do a quick pull out for that, of course, always. My favorite part of this is trying to address your questions, and especially when I can do a whole video dedicated to something that you want to see. And if I can't do it, gosh knows, I know some talented people who'd probably be willing to help out. All right. It's that time. Let's see if there's any air left in the tank. Blow dry this just a touch. Are we ready? I don't know about you. I'm nervous. I'm always nervous when I take off my masking. I always assume it's gone horribly, horribly wrong, and I'm about to be incredibly disappointed, and everything is horrible. And I don't know why, but it's true. Every time I do masking, it doesn't matter if I've got like a set of laser or blade cut masks that are specific to the kit, right? They came out of the Cricut, and I know it's exactly right, and I put them everywhere I'm supposed to be. And I'm just like, oh, it's all going to be horrible. It'd be so much work. And one little section of loose tape, one bit of lazy burnishing, and you can be so sad. But not this time. So far, everything looks absolutely beautiful. Sean, I don't know if you're still watching, but Sean is responsible for getting the models to NOVA Open Charitable Foundation. And this one was going to be part of the last raffle. Oh, see, I've got some cleanup to do. Oh my God, I'm so sad. I'll fix that though. It's funny that it's on this side. I thought I'd have some on this side because the little pipe right there, but that's fine. That'll be easy to clean up. But Sean is responsible for getting these models to NOVA Open, and I know that once he saw me working on this again, there'd be some happiness. Look at that. Boom. So I varnished the red. I should have mentioned I did varnish the red before I got down on this, so that if there was a problem, I could do a little cleanup with maybe some isopropyl. Oh, I got a notification. I heard it go gadang. Maybe it's over. Let's see. And hey, that was probably the notification that Jason D was reacting to the video, and that's probably because it's that Jason that is going to be able to provide the pilot for our little Tuskegee inspired scene here. All right, I'll have to mask and clean that up, but I can actually just come in with a bit of black and just black line these very gently, and then put a little red after I mask. It'll be fine. So I'll be able to clean that edge up very easily. Then my plan is still to use my 3mm tape here and create a bunch of little strips, and I'm going to do the same thing all around the engine cowls here. I'm going to paint this section black. So let's actually do that now and see what kind of progress we can make on this piece today. Now I since I'm painting black, I've got a few things I could do. I could cheat and use my inks, but I don't want to. I think the ink would actually give me a far inferior finish to what I want to do. I'm going to get out a little blade here, get a little edge, I need flat instead of rough edge here because it's going right there. Oh, in that space. Doesn't matter if it's rough here, but I need it smooth there to go right on that edge. And then right across here. There we go. And there we go. Now I get to use my favorite black recipe. Not surprisingly, it has some secret weapon paint. I know. I mean, sure. Technically, I do get paid to use them, but I cheat by working here. And I further cheat by having developed the paint specifically to be what I actually use. It really has been a big complaint of mine for so long that I met so many people in the industry that would either be representing a product or even part of a company that sold paints and stuff. They would just tell me, matter of fact, like, oh yeah, I never use that. But why not? And I'm like, well, you know, it doesn't match my this, it doesn't match my that. And it's like, well, change it and make it different. So that's what started the weathering line for me. Is there were so many things I wanted to be able to just grab and do the way that I paint, and it really worked out. But that said, there was this crazy fella, names of Kenny Boucher, and one day we came into the warehouse, and we were sold out of tire black. It's like that. We just gotten a shipment. We just stocked all of the paints. So tire black was fully stocked, which at the time was 200-300 bottles. Came in, sold out. Hit Google Analytics, start looking around like, all right, who did a tutorial on what? And there was Kenny Boucher, who had done this great tutorial on painting black, starting with our tire black. And since I had developed it to make kind of shiny tires, it shouldn't have surprised me that it made such an effective black, because it's a blue black, it's slightly gloss. I was like, hey, wait a minute, that's a great idea. All right, so I am actually going to use the brush here, but I'm going to get a little bit trickier. It's been interesting setting up space to work in the garage again. I honestly didn't think I'd have a proper workshop out in the garage again. Ever, to be honest. I mean, it didn't occur to me. The home studio, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm going to be here making models no matter what, so might as well have the space here to do video and everything else. And yeah, check it out. YouTube is representing. Hello, everybody. Pop over specifically to YouTube chat. Make sure I'm not missing you. And Gundam RX, yes. You know, Gundam prescription? Is that what it is? Because I hope it's Gundam prescription. I love the idea. Yeah. Kenny has definitely changed the way I approach some of my paints. Been a lot of fun. Prior to COVID, we were actually making plans to have him come up and do a special broadcast here from the show. was going to launch Workbench Wednesday. Have him here, of course, in front of the camera. Hey, everybody, it's Kenny Boucher with Secret Weapon Miniatures on the literal best of all days, Workbench Wednesday. And then, stuff happened, and now we've changed our plans a bit. But still gives me a beautiful way to paint black. I am coming down here like this and coming onto this. And I'm not worried that I got it a bit on the gun barrels, because I'm going to hit those with dark iron at some point. That paint I make? I don't know. Herpy derp. Alright, let me see if my hands are up for a challenge today. Arms are a little tired and shaky after all the work I did getting that workshop ready in the garage. But let's see here. Making sure I don't hold it by the ferrule, making sure I have another contact. I don't hate it. It's a bit stark, so. Alright, I'll clean that up later. I don't love it. And I think even if I had done it with a pen, I wouldn't love it. So I will have to clean that up, but that's easy enough to do. I'll put the tape over the yellow. I'll hit that with the thing later. But alright, let's take a look at how the tire black is doing here. Looks like a couple of spots is going to want a little bit extra coverage. Michael Hammett has liked the stream. What? This guy, Michael Hammett, is a local painting legend, in no small part for me, because Michael is one of the people that got me back into painting, which ultimately led to me doing Secret Weapon so that I could be home with my kid instead of working 100-hour weeks and traveling all the time and all the crap I was doing before. Back when I had, well, never mind having a sign on my door, back when I had jobs that actually put your name on the door. Yeah. Back when I had these jobs. But that's going to go in here in the home studio as a decoration, a reminder, like, hey, remember when? All right. That's going to be good to go. But, yeah, so Michael, I ran into him at a local game store, and I'd gone in there thinking about getting back into the hobby. I went to Seattle to visit my brothers, both of whom had gotten into 40K when we weren't in regular contact. Something they weren't when we all lived together, of course. Not only that, they were living with one of the friends I used to game with all the time, and I was like, wait, what? You guys live in Seattle now instead of Washington instead of California? Like, and you met this guy and he lives here too? But that led to me thinking, man, I should go paint something for my brother. I wound up in a game store. I asked where the Rackham models were, because those were new at the time, and I thought, these are cool, I want to check these out. And this dude just chimes in like, hey, what are you looking for? We talked for a couple of minutes, but I'm in a game store, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, yeah, I paint. And he's like, well, you should come by my place and paint sometime. And I'm like, well, that's cool. Maybe we can meet here, and you can show me some of your stuff sometime. And he points over to the cabinet, which has one of the big Abaddons and a bunch of other stuff. And he's like, well, that one's mine, and this one's mine, and that one's mine. I'm like, cool! Where do you live? What time are we getting together? Yeah, the rest is history, but yeah, without Michael, I probably wouldn't have gotten back into painting. So there's our tire black. that now adds those two cool stripes to the front. Miniature Mayhem, no kidding. Check this out. I love it. Welcome, 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 Miniature Mayhem. It is good to have you here. And all right, so this is our, let me see if I can zoom out without getting off of the table here. What I can do is, because I'm going to wrap up. It's about time for me to start getting dinner for the family, and I still have to go do more work on that new product stuff tonight. Will has liked the stream. Thank you, Will. Cheers and much love. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for joining me. Well, us. We've got the whole community here. Miniature Mayhem is here. We've got Jess Rich. We've got Travis. It's great. All right, this is, and yes, Tire Black is just out of this world. The more I use it, the happier I am with the color. Of course, when I was putting it on tires and wheels, I loved it just fine. It was great. It was exactly what I wanted. Go figure. But yeah, the more I use it, particularly just to paint like black armor and whatnot, the more I really love it. I usually paint my black with a black-green base, but this black-blue base has absolutely changed that for me, particularly since it has a slight gloss to it intentionally. So it really works. But yeah, I'm going to clean up this stripe. That's the one that was a mess, and I painted the black along the edge, and I really don't like it. So I will wind up just boom, wind up redoing that section of wing. Well, that can't be right. Oh, that's right, because there's the yellow tape there. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I don't have to worry about it. Woo! So I'm like, wait a minute, I can't get rid of all that yellow. That's right, it's yellow tape, Justin. Yellow tape. Whew. But I'll clean up that edge. What paints am I using? Crispin, I am using the Secret Weapon paints. Go figure. Let's see, tonight we have used a bunch of them. The yellow, this incredible yellow. That's so vibrant and lovely and warm and wonderful. That is Rebel Yellow. I put that over a neo-white base to really help it pop. Let's see, the tail is unadulterated engine metal. It's good for, how do I say this subtly? It's bolt-colored metal. A color that I was really missing and wasn't going to paint without. So hey, I went ahead and made it because it was the perfect metal for engines and what I used it for. So this is engine metal on the tail here. I'll wind up shading that post paint with dark iron, whereas in the front of the plane here, this work and the tail there, this is all the dark iron, which is that metallic black color. Do I have a link for them? Yeah, here, let me, there's a link in the description for the video, but here, I can type in a link real quick, I think. Can I comment here? How do I comment here? Can I comment here? YouTube. Say something. I can sign into chat. Oh, well, all right, I will leave a link. Yep, I'll leave a link after the fact. It says that I'm not signed into chat, which is funny because, of course, I can see your comments and all of that, but it won't let me say anything in chat there. But it's secretweaponminiatures.com, and yeah, you'll find the entire lane, both of the mech line and the weathering line, which includes Tire Black, which is this blue-black I used for the stripes here on the front. Yeah, so I will get a little work done on this in the coming week. I will be back next week for Workbench Wednesday, and of course, if you have a question, if there's something that you want to see done on video, please let me know in the comments, by email. Hey, Crispin, you found the link. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah, it's in the video description too. Cool. Glad you found it. Check out the paints, man. We'll be happy to hook you up. I won't put it in the link, but if you're listening, 110. Use the letters O-N-E, numbers 10, O-N-E 10. That's 110. We'll give you a one-time 10% discount that you can use once, and that's why it's one time. Justin, go figure, right? Oh, always love the sewer wash for your deathcore. Yes, Gundam prescription. Oh my God, sewer wash is great. Shout out to Lester Bursley. Les Bursley, awesome paint job back in the day. for the original development for that. And Jess, hey, my pleasure. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you all for joining me. And yeah, it stands. If there's something you want to see on video, please let me know. My favorite episodes are the ones where I can devote not to what I'm passionate about this week, but what you're passionate about this week, and try to cover techniques for you. Otherwise, I will be back with more work on this Thunderbolt so that I can get it finished, create a beautiful homage to the Tuskegee Airmen, and then get this ready to ship off to the NOVA Open Charitable Foundation for their next charity raffle. We're going to have the plane, we're going to have a little display base for it. The Forge World pilot that's walking is going to be here. I'll do him as a black pilot in the appropriate uniform colors. And again, the plane itself is a reverse of their colors, where they had silver bodies with red tails and then the yellow accents. I'm doing the red body, silver tail, yellow accents. So we'll have the yellow stripes there using the 3mm tape all the way around this. Yeah, to get that homage for the Tuskegee Airmen. Shout out to Lathan for the initial idea, and to Jason, both of whom tuned in today. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in again, and for the ideas. Lathan for the idea, and Jason, who is actually going to donate the pilot model so that this project can be finished. And again, go to the NOVA Open Charitable Foundation, where you'll be able to get some raffle tickets for this, chance to win it, have this on display in your home. Yeah, so that red is Comet Red, and God, I get it in the light, and I just love that red. And I did some shading with one of my purples, and I did some shading with Tire Black. And there you go. These are the Secret Weapon Miniatures acrylics, available at secretweaponminiatures.com. And if you use the coupon code 110, that's ONE10, for a one-time 10% discount, you'll get a one-time 10% discount. Yeah, so cool. Thanks again, as always. Happy hobbying. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I'll look for you at Workbench Wednesday next week. And please remember, like, bells, whistles, subscribe, pigeons, smoke signals, whatever we've got to do to keep in touch. As always, happy hobbying. Much appreciated. Catch you next time. Oh, wait. Is that airbrushed on? I can't leave yet if there's questions. Crispin. Yeah, and then Just Rich is glad I like the colors. Just Rich, of course, helped develop all of these colors. And is going to be developing some more with us in the future. Is that airbrushed on? Yes, the red was airbrushed on. The yellow is not. The yellow was just applied actually with some sponge. But the red was airbrushed on so that I can get that nice transition this way. I did pre-shading on my panels instead of post-shading, which is what I'm going to do on the engine metal here. This is all going to be post-shading, so I did the bright color first, and now I'm going to do the rest of it dark. But in this case, I pre-shaded, hit some of the panels with Neo White, hit some of the panels with, which purple are you? Was it Starry Purple? I don't think it was Starry Purple. It might have been Starry Purple. Oh, no, no, I still have it out. It wasn't Starry Purple. It was Meteor Violet. So I hit the panels with Neo White for some of the highlights, Meteor Violet for some of the shadows, and then Tire Black for these darkest shadows here. Today I cheated. I had to correct some space where I'd oversprayed the silver. So I actually came in with a bit of Payne's Gray ink on these two sections before I did the yellow. But that was just to get rid of that silver. Otherwise, I would have done the Tire Black again, the red again, all of that. But this color is Comet Red, and it was airbrushed on. These panels were actually engine metal before I did the Comet Red, which is why they have a little bit more of a sheen to them and seem almost pinkish, is that they catch the light. I put that Comet Red on thin enough on those that you can see they catch the light and they have that shine to them. Whereas where it went on just solid on the sides and wing panel, you don't get that kind of wishy shimmer. Cool. And all right, if that's it, then I will catch everyone next week, if not sooner. As always,